I have a confession. I'm a closet classifier. What is that, you ask? Well, that's a person who goes overboard for classification. While most people would be perfectly happy with this level of classification, I go a little bit further. For example, some would say I go overboard, and I can't argue with that. Well, why would I do it to this level? The first is that it's fun. I buy my Paydirt online, so anything I can do to make the process of getting the gold out of it last longer means I'm getting more entertainment per dollar of investment. There are two better reasons, however. No matter what concentration technique you use, whether it's a Miller table, hand panning, a blue bowl, or a spiral wheel, they all work more efficiently the more uniform the particle size is. And by classifying to this level and processing each grit size separately, you maximize your efficiency and also reduce the chances of losing gold. The second reason is that if you're using a process like a Miller table, where you have to spot the pieces of gold, there's a risk. If you just classify to a -60 level, let's say, and all of these are put together in one lump sum, your eye is going to focus on the larger pieces of gold to the exclusion of the smaller ones. It's very easy to miss a speck of gold like this unless your eye is cued to look for it. So by classifying to this level, you increase the chances of capturing every single little piece of gold. If you're interested in trying this, I have a couple suggestions. The first and most important thing to do is use some technique to remove the clay from the Paydirt. The reason this is important is that the clay, even when it's dry, will cause smaller particles to stick together. And this easily triples the amount of time it takes to run any sample through the screens, especially the finer ones. The second suggestion is to have a really good set of screens that are easy to use. You're going to be using these a lot, so a little bit of investment will pay off in the long run. Now, I used to use the big 14-inch two-handed mesh screens, and they were a pain because for some reason using two hands, you could never get a lot of agitation. I talked to Dylan Miller at Gold Paydirt Reviews, and he suggested I get some of these little 6-inch ones, and he was absolutely right. You can shake these in any number of ways. They're very easy to use, and you get a lot more agitation, and they actually work faster than the bigger ones. The problem is they only come in mesh sizes 10 through 60. To get the 4, 70, 80, 90, and 100, I had to make them. Now, that creates a problem where you get the screens. If you go to a company called McMaster-Carr, they work online, they will carry screens of all different meshes. In fact, they go well below 100. All you have to do is get a couple of extra of these, cut these to shape. They come in 12 by 12 inch sheets, and epoxy them onto the bottom of screens that you had cut the previous bottoms out of, and they work really good. And that's it. I hope you found this video helpful if you're interested in getting into high-end classification. And as always, thank you for watching. For hundreds of more articles covering everything from how to make chocolate to the strange world of lucid dreaming, I hope you'll visit my main website, waynesthisandthat.com.